Okay. Hi, I'm Kimberly, and I live in Summerville, Georgia. And I come to a health expo that the Vineyard had in Summerville, and I was interested in looking for a lifestyle center. Didn't know much about one, and I just come to your booth and met you guys. Well, my reasons for coming to a lifestyle center was because of my health. I was actually a nurse. I was just kind of burning candles at both ends. I was eating fast food. I was just not taking care of my body like God wanted me to. I kind of knew that, but I just kept pushing myself until I got really, really sick. And I went to the doctors. I ended up on all kinds of prednisones. I went to the MS clinic. I went to Emory. I went to multiple doctors. In the end, I had like 2-gallon bags of medications that they had me on. Yeah, I mean, for anxiety, for depression, for steroids, just a whole host, Neurontin. And I couldn't take pain medication. They kept trying to send me to the pain medication because I had just joint pain, just body aches all over, the chronic fatigue. So I just thought, these doctors are not helping me. I mean, it's not working, you know. And I finally decided that I've got to do something for myself. I've got to figure this out. I just started researching, and it led me here. I had fibromyalgia. I had chronic fatigue. One of the doctors was leaning towards lupus with some of because I had different inflammation markers that were high. And then I had some bands of Lyme. Apparently in Georgia you have to have 5 bands. I didn't quite have enough to be considered full-blown Lyme disease, but I think I was just sick, mentally, physically, and spiritually, and I just needed to stop, slow down, and let my body heal itself. Yes, I knew I needed to detox. I had tried early on to detox with another doctor, but I was actually really kind of too sick, and they didn't use some of the things that you implemented here to help the detox go a little easier, because it was much gentler on me than before when I didn't have, you know, some of the things that was implemented here. So yeah, it made it a lot easier. I feel better. I really feel better. I had a few days where I felt really bad, but I understood what was going on. I understood that I was shedding these old toxic cells, you know, and my body is rebuilding. So I kind of knew that, I mean, it's got to go somewhere, so it's in me. So, and then the detox kind of helped get it out of me a little quicker, so that shortened that kind of yucky feeling period. Well, yeah, because I had already started my journey, like losing weight through the other doctor. I had lost like 50 pounds initially, which I felt better. But I didn't do a full detox. I was still, and then after I quit, well, you kind of go back to your lifestyle, because I didn't have the teaching, so I didn't know. So when I got here, you know, now, I mean, we've got food classes, we've got lots of learning material, education. So now, I'm fully equipped now to take care of myself. Everything was met up here. I mean, just when I got out of the car here, I was just, the air was different. It was just like I'm out of the city. It was quiet. I could hear birds. I seen turkeys, and yeah, it was wonderful.
You've seen turkeys.
Yeah, he can edit.
She said she's seen turkeys, and I said, yeah, you've seen turkeys.
Yeah. Coming from a science background in my career, I love the education because it got down to a cellular level, and it just helped me to really understand what was going on in my body and why. And in nursing school, we get very little of nutrition. And I didn't realize the impact that nutrition and diet has on our bodies. Yes. I was a little worried about the food here, but it was so wonderful. But what surprised me the most, it was filling and satisfying, because I'm kind of like savory foods. I like, kind of beans, potatoes, just something. But the raw food was, I'm so surprised. I mean, it was filling. It was really, really good, and it was eye-pleasing. Yes, definitely going to carry this home with me. Me and my husband, he's excited too. He's actually wanting to come back next year. He's wanting to come through it too. But he's really excited about the new food and trying the new food.
I'm Phyllis, and I'm from New York, and these are my 2 sisters right here. Really excited about, because I've been exposed to it before. I've seen it, and I wanted to be able to learn it so that I can implement it more in my life and help others with it. And I wasn't expecting to come down here to be a guest. I was really expecting to come and help prepare so I can learn more to bring it home with me. But my 2 sisters, they surprised me when I got here. And I ended up being a guest, which I can honestly tell you has been one of the greatest experiences. And I think with all my heart, meeting, of course, Philip and Kimberly, because I know them too. but but you know, it's just been so exciting, and it's just been the whole experience. I mean, doing our detox and everything was fun as we did it together, because you're drinking things that taste a little different than what you're used to tasting. But we got it down, and we all encouraged each other. And to honestly tell you how good you feel, and I think everybody should go through this kind of a program. And no matter how young or how old you are, we all have things that we need to detox out of our bodies. We all have things that bother us about our bodies. And for me, it was always the things I was eating was wrong. And trying to get control of it was very, very hard. And yet it was so easy here. And learning, you have to have something to replace something. And if you don't know how to fix it or how to really do it to where it tastes as good, then eventually you go back to where you were. And that was a big problem for me. I was always falling back into, making other things, even though they may not have been the worst things, but they were bad for me. And I've had such a weight problem for a while, I think way back since when my mom had passed away. But then my thyroid also was messed up too. So it was discouraging, because, you'd be doing things and then you don't see the weight going. But I've actually believe I've lost 8 pounds in the time that I've been here, which is very exciting for me. And my knees were very, very bad. And because I was jogging and doing the thing like that, and I must have did something to my knees, could barely walk with them, in so much pain. But I can honestly tell you my knees feel great. And I feel good. And I want my husband to go through, just like she wants her husband to go through. And maybe next year they both can go through together, and we can all come down and support them. But I think it would be the greatest thing. And the fact that the three of us are doing this together, it's going to make it so easy when you go home. Because every time I've ever tried to do something, I would go home. But then when you've got everybody coming, oh, Mom, can you cook me this? Or Graham, can you do? And you start cooking all these foods, and then, Italians, you get all those smells and everything, and then you start picking little, and before you know it, you're right back into your old way of eating. But I'm excited. I believe with all my heart that this is the beginning of the greatest journey, and I believe it's the beginning of a new me where God's just going to, just this Whole Foods and stuff that I'm very excited about, actually. I really am, and I feel blessed that my sisters decided to let me be a part of this with them. The spiritual part, it's beautiful. What I was going to start to say before was enjoyed listening to Gary. Gary is so great. So not only, and I think even people who don't really have a spiritual background, it's so beautiful, because it's just seeing what God can do for you, and it's very easy and it's beautiful, and understanding how it works with your body. When you can see how God has all these perfect laws, and if we follow them, how healthy we really can be, it's beautiful. And what Gary did was he brought all this out. He brings it out with all the different lectures, all the different materials. And then just to see everybody, you have Sanchez that does these great massages, and you have Carolyn over there with you working to do all these meals, and then we have a beautiful instructor killing us with exercise, with a smile. And she was, you can do it. Oh, you're doing so good. And so then you try to really do better. But I can honestly tell anybody.
Our raw chef.
Oh, yes, our special raw chefs, that's the two of them right there, our chefs. But, yeah, it's exciting. I don't think anybody, what I really believe with all my heart, everybody deserves to do this for themselves, because it's the jump start you need. And I really believe it's a blessing.
Oh, hi, everybody. Are we starting? Cut. That's okay. Cut. Is this a cut?
Okay.
Okay, my name is Linda, and the reason I'm here is I want a healthy body. I'm so happy I'm happy to be here. It's so knowledgeable. I've learned so much. What's that?
What did you learn?
I learned all about raw food. And I learned that it tastes great. I mean, I could not believe raw food would taste that great, that it would supplement cooked food. Now, here I am doing all this raw food, and I'm enjoying it. Not only am I enjoying it, I'm being satisfied. And this is blowing my mind, because how can you be satisfied on raw food? But you can. And I am so thankful that my sister came down here before and said something about the program, and you had talked about the program. I mean, I love everybody here. Gary's fantastic. So is Carolyn. So is you, Sharon, and your daughter. Sanchez, and Bushka back there helping. Helping. I'm overwhelmed. And not only that, I've learned so much. I've learned about the love of Jesus, and that, you can talk to your Heavenly Father. Like, Father, what do I do? I've learned that from Gary, and I'm just ecstatic that I feel like I'm having that born-again experience, that you fall in love with Jesus, and that's what I want. So I want my temple to be perfect for him, to give him the glory that he deserves. And I want others to be educated that if I can go through this, and not only that, my blood pressure's down. I am ecstatic that my blood pressure's down. My blood pressure has always been 160, 170, over maybe 190 something. Since I started walking, since I've been coming here, doing the detox, which let me tell you something, the faces. Well, we made a lot of faces with that detox. It was, ugh. And let's talk about the isotonic drink. Well, let me see. You said do it in 15 minutes. Well, I did it in 15 minutes, and that was a mistake because. No, well, Beth over here, Kimberly. me, I did it with the straw. Which was a mistake. Don't do it that way. Take your time drinking it. You have to. But it was incredible that your body can be detoxed. That we have all these parasites in there. Oh, I can't wait. I'm glad I'm getting rid of them all. Yes. But it's so spiritual, huh?
Did you tell them you're from New York?
Oh, I'm from New York, everybody. I live with my sisters. We all live together. Well, we're all going to be educated.
And you're a retired officer?
I'm a what?
Retired.
Oh, I'm a retired officer. Oh, God, please.
So you know everything's by the book.
Yeah, everything's by the book, yeah. But it's incredible because the three of us live together, so we can help each other. And when I did do with the smoothies and all that, when I went home, I cheated because there was nobody there to say, okay, come on, we got to do it this way. So it's easier to go back to your old ways. And I don't want to go back to my old ways. I want to stay. I love it here. I love meeting Kimberly and Philip and my sisters and everybody else. That, to be honest with you, I hate the fact that I got to go home.
Okay, can I stick something in there real quick? I just want to say something that I've been telling my sister all along, Angel. My sister's smile since she's been here has been beautiful.
Why, I never smiled before?
Yes, Linda, you did, but when you said that born-again experience, well, that's something I've been praying for you really, to really see the Father like you're talking, and just her smile, it's like lights up. You do, you light up, you look beautiful.
Oh, thank you, sister. Thank you. Well, what else can I say? Oh, the detox, well, that was disgusting, but, But, what, roll?
Your walk to the
We took a walk to the waterfalls. It was amazing. Let me tell you something, I was nervous going down there with the sticks. But it was absolutely beautiful. It was incredible. Like, this is God's land, look at it. And we've abused it. And I don't want to abuse it anymore. I want to be part to enlighten people that they can have what I have. And I want to share this with my friends, but mostly with my family. But I know they're not, they're stu-nods. They're not going to listen. I'm sorry, they're hardheads. They're hardheads, but they're not going to listen to what we have to say. So that's fine. We just have to live it. And they have to see what we have and pray about it, yes. And pray that they come to it, because my brother's not feeling well. He's on medication. He hasn't been the same. And I want him to have that born-again experience. I want him to be healthy with his sisters. And my cousins, I don't have any more aunts, unfortunately, but my family, all my cousins, my nieces and all that, I want them to see the change, and I want them to go through it so they can be healthy, happy, and prosper. Oh, yes, oh my God, we walked the Killer Mountain. Let me tell you something. It was a killer mountain, going down all them slopes. But each day that I did it, I improved. I was going quicker, and my breathing was better.
Yeah. It got easier.
And it did. It got a lot easier. Even when I did the falls, I was walking, but I was nervous with the sticks because I had fallen before, so I didn't want that to happen again. But it was incredible. I would love to do it again. I would love to come back just for a refresher course.
Well, yeah, we need to.
Yeah, we do.
Just a reboot.
A reboot.
And you know what? And it's sad to say goodbye to everybody because you know what? You know what we did? We laughed. The whole time we were together, we laughed, and laughter is the best medicine. We all got along great. We all supported one another, and that's what this program's about. We got to support people.
And the faces.
And the faces. I guess you heard me say, ugh, the faces. But yes.
Show how we had to get it down. Chewing it.
Oh, the liver flush. Then get it down.
And this one.
We were the only one that threw up.
Yeah, you didn't mention that.
I didn't want to say that out there. We had
No, it's because you're by the letter of the law, so okay.
No, you don't want to
She got to do what he said.
Well, Kim, you got projectile.
Okay. My name's Angel. I'm from New York. I live with my sisters. I was a respiratory therapist, and I had gone through a partial, program, but not as, it was structured here and very good. And all my life, my adult life, was overweight. And so we keep trying diets, and diets don't work. They never work. It's a lifestyle change, and you have to come to the point that you realize you need a lifestyle change. And when you come to that point, then you want it, and you need to find where is something good. So like my sisters had said, Phyllis had known about, here, and I said, I want to do it. And I said, Linda, I don't care whether you do it or not, I'm going. And I says, I'm doing it, so it would be good, And it's just been a blessing. It's been a blessing because I know in my heart, you make decisions and you make choices, but sometimes you're not gun-ho on it, or you say, yeah, I want to do it, but I feel it in my heart, and I know I have the support of my sisters. And so, and you know that this is something that it's good. Like if you go to a program and you sit there and you don't like the food, or, I can't, the detoxes and stuff, no, but that's something you need. But to eat healthy food that's good for you, that's making your body grow, that's feeding your cells, like you never think of that. And Gary, like the classes that you're going through, you learn that your body, we know your body's the temple, but you don't really believe that. And you don't really think about your cells and how you're feeding your cells and how you're feeding your body is important. But when you start learning, it's like first I'm like, wow, this is like up here over the hedge, But then when you start listening and you hear it and he applies it, then you realize that, wow, when we eat the wrong food and we don't take care of our body, we're really destroying something God gave us. And that's not good. And during the program, there were so many good videos. I mean, that we watch, powerful. The one that stands out in my mind is Dr. Jennings. And he's just awesome because he applies, everything with our mind, with God. And if you decide you want a right relationship with God, then you want to eat healthy, you want to be healthy, you want to be a blessing to others and to bless God. Like, hey, Lord, look what you gave to me, and I want to take care of it. Just like, God said to Adam, go take care of the earth, go take care of the animals. Well, he tells us to take care of our bodies. We're an example of his love and what he has done for us. The detoxing is important, the cleansing is important, and you got to go through it. And we probably gave you guys a hard time. Like, do we have to take that? Oh, now the face is just a little bit maybe. Well, I'm sure it was a lot more. But we did it. Praise God, we got through it, right? Yes, we had fun laughing through it and just knowing that it's getting rid of stuff in our bodies that doesn't belong there. And now we can, move forward and praise God for that. Praise God for what you guys are doing that's helping people who think that you're okay, but you're really not. But I loved the sauna. We have one at home, but this one's pretty intense. This sauna, and the sauna was great, and I got to take the jacuzzi tub, that, and outside. So all the treatments that you had were just awesome, and it just made your body feel good, and and the food and the ozone water, yeah, that was neat, like you're sitting there drinking rainwater. It's just like it smells just like it, right? The massage, yes.
I forgot about the massage.
You can't have a program without a massage. therapist there. It's just so nice. It just relaxes your body and makes you feel good. I know I was having problems with my back, but like we prayed about it, put some medicine on it, and I feel good. It's not bothering me.
Typical medicine.
No, not typical medicine, not that. No, just an ointment that was really good. Yes, yeah, I'm putting that, and it just makes your body feel good. And you're not only eating good, you're not only cleansing and detoxing, but you're getting a spiritual side in every aspect. You're hearing about God, you're being prayed about, and it's just awesome. And the food, the preparation makes it look good, so it makes it want to eat it. You might not think that it's good, but when it looks good, you say, it's got to be good. And then you get it in, it's delicious. If it didn't look good, we may not have wanted to eat it. You know what I mean? I think food's got to look good and appealing and pleasing. And you guys did an awesome job. And I'm just so thankful. I just think that, we've been really blessed by being able to come and to have it. Yeah, we've been. It's just been a blessing. And God's going to bless your ministry because you are helping people. And that's what it's all about.
Amen.
Jesus says you got to help your brother. You got to help your sister. And now we're going to share it and pass it on.
All the parasites.
Yep.
We're even looking in the toilet to see what.
Well, I didn't do
Thank God we didn't see anything.
Flush quick.
I don't see no work. 1526. And we all have to glow
Yes.
because it's all natural.
Yes.
Nothing artificial.
Nothing artificial. That's right. Amen.
Hi, I'm Philip and I'm from South Africa. I was an invited guest to come to America from South Africa. My prime interest was health, and the reason being is because my wife has fibromyalgia and I appreciate the problems that she has been going through, and she got me interested in studying health and how it affects the body and life in general. So I was very pleased to come to America to view this program. Well, when I came here and I saw the 4 ladies, I thought, well, I guess maybe I should ask if I can participate. Wow, and I tell you something, I was just brought into the group. It was great fun, and I don't think I've ever laughed so much in my life. But for me, I regarded myself as reasonably healthy. I was eating well, reasonably well, I thought. I was living a reasonably healthy life. I had a couple of issues, but I didn't regard them to be serious at all. But then every morning at 7 o'clock, we used to have our vitals taken. To my amazement, I lost 4 pounds in this short period. And I was amazed. I've been stable on for a very, very, very long time. In fact, I can't even remember how long it is. And then to suddenly just lose 4 pounds, for me, it was just terrific. It makes me feel fantastic. It was just amazing. There was a glow about the experience. Well, for me, the program, I came here to view the program because I was very interested in what was taking place. So I came with no preconceived ideas at all, but every day I was surprised in learning the fact that it was also a detox program, which is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, never got round to it. I know my wife back home did it and she recommended it, but there was always a reason why I couldn't do it. But yeah, it was presented, skew face and all. There were times when I think I had about 3 liters of water after I had the detox to try and dilute it, but it didn't help because it kind of stuck with you. I think some days we got a stronger portion than others, which just made everybody's faces go all skew, which was funny in itself. We kind of looked forward to the days when we had detox because it was really a memorable moment. So that was a good experience. The green smoothies that we had and drinks that we had and the carrot juice drinks that we had, they were fantastic. So we really enjoyed the food that we got in a liquid format for the first 5 days, because we were actually really on a fast. And I never thought that I would ever be able to fast for 5 days. I mean, it was impossible. It just would never happen. And yeah, I did 5 days, and I was not even hungry. It was strange. I can't really explain it. But yeah, it was just incredible. And I mean, I thought, well, maybe I'm just weird. So I looked over at I thought I'd look over at the ladies and see what they were doing. And they were going through the same experience, you know. And we were supporting each other, which was really fantastic. But when we got the first food demonstration, wow. Well, you know, it was good to see food again. and it really went down well. The presentations were absolutely amazing. You know, you felt like you were eating like a king. And that was great. And it just got better every day. I mean, now I can understand why people take photographs of the food they eat. I mean, we didn't miss a meal. And you know, when we got to the stage we were having patties, and one of the ladies, Linda, was sending by accident a Facebook message out that she was eating raw patties. So she had to quickly explain that it wasn't meat, but it was actually raw vegetables. So that was quite funny. So the food, the eating, the demonstrations, the how to cook, which was I found very interesting. And even we took an outing out one day to go to the local store to go and buy some of the raw products that we had used to prepare, and also some of the ladies bought for them to take with. It was so interesting to see that this really exists, and that it is easily obtainable. It just takes a little bit of effort initially to find out the names and find out what you need to do and to get the recipes. And when you find out and see how easy it is to make it, it was just wonderful. I thought, well, I'm going to go home and start making supper. So my favor and my brownie points have just gone up. So when I get back home, it will be great. Yeah, the almond milk. I went off milk about a month before I came, and I was drinking powders, and then I found out how to make almond milk and really enjoyed it. So much so that I think it was 80% almond milk and 20% raw food. It was really very nice, and thoroughly enjoyed it. Now, part of the program that really impressed me was also the spiritual component. We had like a Bible lesson every morning relating our health, that it really originated from the Bible, and I thought that was quite amazing. Even though I knew about it, I didn't know that it was that extensive. In fact, we have a tendency just to kind of read over these things and not realize the detail and the impact of the information that's available, that sometimes we wish just not to see. So I found that very interesting. In the afternoons, we used to have a discussion about all the little things that are in our blood vessels and our veins and in our arteries and in our body, and little things that are running all over the place and doing wonderful things, and there were beautiful names. And the most exciting thing for me is that there was scientific evidence to back up what we were taught. And I mean, one thing that just absolutely amazed me about one of the speakers, a very well-known doctor, that stood up and said simply, you have two choices in life, eat broccoli or die. Wow, that for me was just amazing, that the reality of raw food was made that simple. And it kind of stuck with me, and I think that is a critical issue that maybe I think stuck with all of us, and kind of made us more attentive to that which we were doing. So the lectures were very informative. The videos that we watched were amazing. We looked at several doctors and their point of view on how they look at raw food and the benefits that it gives you, and the so many diseases. People eat this food and then just get better. And there was one particular lady that we were told about that lived 32 years after she went on one of these diets, longer than what the doctors claimed that she would live. Now, that's just amazing. So I found that very interesting. I had the experience of going through the hyperbaric capsule, which for me was very interesting because back home my wife uses the one that comes up to around the neck, which I think is more like a steamer. But the hyperbaric was just wonderful. I was playing windscreen wiper because I was misting up because I'd just come out of the hot sauna tub. I was in there for an hour, keeping myself busy and occupied. But it was just amazing that because you're there at a pressure of 1.3 atmospheric pressure, and the feeling was just fantastic. It's like, the oxygen is pressed into your skin, and you feel wonderful when you come out. Like I came out and everyone said, "Why are you glowing?" I said, "I wonder why I'm glowing," but it just felt amazing. And then, of course, all the ladies chickened out because I was encouraged to go to the hot and cold sheet treatment. Everybody was so keen, and then when it came to going, I was kind of like pushed to the fore. So I volunteered to go, sheepishly, and then I climbed into this bath with 103 degrees Fahrenheit, and I can't even remember what my temperature was. I know it was 102, so I was pretty hot. And then got out and got wrapped in this ice cold. They took it out of an ice bucket. It was even cold before it touched me. And they wrapped me in around this thing, and wow, that was an amazing experience, the change that your body goes from that hot to that cold. And then they did a strange thing. They covered me with 6 blankets and a duvet, which kind of warmed me up. But I can remember sweating so much, and the feeling of relaxation and your body just going through this experience of absolute refreshment. When I came out and eventually had a shower, I really felt wonderful, and that was beautiful. I thoroughly enjoyed the hot sauna. That was beautiful. Hanging upside down by my toes was just as good. That was fantastic as well. Having the cold shower after the hot sauna was another experience where you would shout and get all excited in the shower. But that shouting happened all the time anyway, so nobody would have heard me shouting because the ladies were probably laughing about something. And then into the hot sauna outside in the sun, so you were getting vitamin D and getting massage all at the same time. It was really a wonderful experience. And then to crown it all, which none of us believed until the last day, that we were going to have nice cream. Nice cream. Oh, they call it nice cream. I call it ice cream. But I found that it really is nice cream. We had to get prepared for this video, so we all came up to the house to come and have nice cream. Well, I never saw anybody's plate that wasn't over full. And everybody was really just stucking into it and enjoying themselves. It was so lovely. Yeah, and for the first time, I never heard them speak. Poor Gary was halfway through half of his meetings before the girls quietened down to listen to what he had to say. Eventually they kind of realized that Gary was giving a lecture, and then they'd stop and listen to what he had to say. But I just want to say, from all the ladies and myself, thank you so very, very, very much. We thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. Everything was great. The HIT, which stands for High Intensity Interval Training. Anyway, thank you, Gracie. That was fantastic. She made us run. She made us crawl. She made us jump. She made us dive. She made us do all sorts of funny things. I can't even remember what it was. And the best part is when the buzzer went, and she told us that there were 20 seconds when they were only really 10. But that was okay, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. The walks were great because the whole neighborhood knew we were walking. Because there was this whole group of laughing people going down the road. And I think everybody ducked inside so that they wouldn't be associated with us. So that was, I just hope when we leave that Gary and them will be okay, that the neighbors won't stop by and say, I think you should stop bringing these strange groups here. Yeah, so thank you for the time that you gave us, and sorry for the inconvenience. It wasn't planned that way, but it was really fantastic. And all the people that were involved, everybody put in an enormous amount of effort, and we really appreciate your time and your effort and waiting on us and making food for us. And ladies, thank you for the laughter. It was really just amazing.
We saw a video of a 30-day program that people had gone through, you know, with diabetes, and they weren't doing a cleansing, but a raw food. And their accommodations were like tight quarters, it was good, it was okay, but ours were to the top. We had a nice room, our own private bathroom. It was just really nice, and it just made, and the places you stayed were nice and homey. So you felt like, even though you're away from home, you know, you felt at home. So, and that's important. So that was awesome. We enjoyed that.
Thank you, everybody.